Now, if you're raised in Hawthorne, California, do you have to be influenced by the Beach Boys? Like, does the Smile record come with puberty? What happens in Hawthorne?
No, when we were kids, like no one even knew who the Beach Boys were. In fact, when I was, I mean, none of the kids that we went to school with, but I went to high school when Spirit of America came out, and that was like a Beach Boys greatest hits that became like a #1 record. But there was no Beach Boys consciousness. We were the only ones that had it because, I mean, like I always had personally, we'd written songs that were like opposite of Beach Boys songs. That's how it influenced us.
Yeah, and like the Beach Boys had "Be True to Your School." They went to Hawthorne High School.
Yep.
Jeff wrote "I Hate My School."
And on our new album, we have a song called Winter Blues. Instead of anticipating the wonders of summer, it's the miseries of winter. So it was like it was the complete opposite of a Beach Boys song. But that's been unconscious. I just started realizing that recently. Like, we tried these Beach Boy opposite songs. But no, they were, you have to love the Beach Boys.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I kind of discovered the Beach Boys more like through punk rock, like later on, like coming in love with the Ramones and realizing
And the Rodney Bing and Remember radio show.
And realizing what incredible heritage we had inherited actually, and not quite realizing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't appreciated by any other people in that town.
Now, your track, Dumb Angel, I understand Dumb Angel was the working title of the Smile record.
Yeah. And I don't even. We co-wrote that with Roger Manning. I don't even remember the story behind that song. But I knew this. Yeah, the Brian Wilson connection. Maybe there was just some. Those kind of Brian Wilson obsessions kind of come and go throughout a musician's life.
I noticed, again, looking at some of your clips, when you were back on the Jay Leno show in '94, playing Phase Shifter, and you were doing Jimmy's Fancy. The guitar you played appeared to be the guitar I saw you playing last night.
Yeah.
As someone who's been together in a band for the best part of 30 years, do you hold on to your, is there special instruments you've had the whole journey?
Yeah, I have every guitar I've ever owned except for my very first Strat copy that I got for $40, I think.
That he got at Arthur.
But $40 is really weird because, okay, $40 was my first electric guitar, and that was the first guitar we wrote all of our songs on. I just read Johnny Ramone's book, and his first Mozart was $40. And my wife Charlotte, she was in the Go-Go's, and the first time I saw them play at a club, she had this incredible white SG that she bought at a garage sale for $40. So, I mean, it's a magic number.
It is a magic number.
Yeah, and nowadays you're lucky to get out of Wagamama spending $40.
That's true. Now, it's been 15 years since the Show World record came out, which is the last record for Red Cross. Pleasingly, you've got a brand new record coming out, Researching the Blues, out in Australia through Shock. It's August release date in the US. Love to hear about the new record. First question, 15 years, you must have done a lot of songwriting in between. How did you, what do you look forward to in the new record?
Well, the new record is just like pure rock and roll pop without reinventing the wheel. But we just wanted it to sound like if you put on our records, it's just, it's another great Red Cross record, not a comeback, not a return to form, just like a very solid, good album by us with our kind of stamp on it.
I think it's a kind of our least self-conscious record in some ways, because it's really just, as long as it was, kind of took some time, it was a little arduous at time, just for logistical reasons and having lives and being parents and having other concerns. The actual songs, at least Jeff wrote all the songs, so maybe I had the objective perspective, but like I always felt 100% confident of what I was working on was solid quality, and it was just, for me, I handled more of the technical, and it was really just a concern of like putting it in the best possible framework that this painting could be in, because the songs were just so good, so just real, and and it's an interesting record in the sense that I've never felt this confident about one of our records. And not to say I haven't liked all of our records, but this record to me, and also maybe it's because we've done everything,
Yep.
and but it just feels like it's not trying to be anything. It's not concerned with what else is going on in the world, but it's not out of touch or anything. It just is. It feels. I hate saying it, it feels classic.
For me, the only goal is like make a record with no drummers.
Well, there's
Yeah,
none of
and
that.
it's like because people don't really sit down and listen to the whole album. So if you listen to the whole record, you're not gonna like get bored because oh here comes like the reggae song or like the sensitive ballad. It all kind of just goes. I mean, it slows down here and there, but
appropriately so.
Very
Yeah,
catchy.
it's true. I suppose in modern context, there's an attempt to bring back the album format.
Okay. And where does the title come from? Researching the blues.
we just thought it was a funny title. But if you think about it, it sounds funny and it can be very funny, and it also can be very heavy.
I think it's dark.
A lot of
cool.
people, you know, are miserable because they keep doing naughty things that make them
Yes.
sad. But it's also really funny the idea of like researching the blues. And
A Google
it's-
search on
It's
the
such a
blues.
poser thing, you know. You either are the blues or you're learning about it from a book is awesome. But I love reading books about like early American music. I read them. I actually research the blues all the time.
Well, after you guys do seem cheerful and there's positive energy on stage, which is pleasing and also perhaps surprising after 30 years. Do you think after 30 years in the music game that are you bitter or are you positive? Where do you find yourself in 2012?
Incredibly-
If we wouldn't have taken like at least 13 years off, it would be extremely mad.
Well, but the thing is, but as Red Cross, I guess we have. But we've continued to toil away at other ways of doing music. Look, I think the thing is that both of us are grateful to be able to have the outlet and in all the different ways we've done these things. And I mean, I don't know. You could sit there around and like feel entitled or whatever, but I'll leave all that head craziness to Axl Rose.
But
you
also,
know?
the bitterness thing is pointless because they got theirs. If you really think about it.
Who got theirs? What do you mean?
The man, the music industry, everything.
Oh,
he does.
yeah, you're talking about us against them. Well, yeah, they're definitely like
No,
they're-
I don't even think
Well,
of it. I'm kidding. I don't care.
But, no, it's weird. It's like, look, we are purveyors of underground rock and roll. I've always loved underground rock and roll. It's where I feel comfortable. I went to my first rock show the night I went to the Whiskey A Go Go when I was 10 years old, and and it was like saw the Avengers and X open for them. It was somewhat life changing because it was this moment where, you just really kind of realize that all the bullshit in school and all the social pressures to be a part of a popular or whatever kind of didn't matter. You could even feel it just like at that age, and then we had found other words that we identified with, and it was like that sort of gabba gabba hey moment, or and the Island Misfit Toys, and I don't think that there's anything. I think that I'm really grateful for lucky to not be alone and to be a part of something, and in some ways really appreciate it. We're really lucky. So
Cool. Very much looking forward to the new record, but I just want to mention, Jeff, I know you've got a 17-year-old daughter, Astrid.
Yeah.
You talked about other musical projects. You've been writing for her. Is that something we might hear?
Yeah. I've written a couple of songs with her, and she goes to like an all-girl Catholic school, and she's being hammered like with the schoolwork. But we've actually recorded a little bit, and this summer I'm gonna help her put together a record. I mean, if I'm in between working on touring and doing stuff, but yeah, she has a great voice. Like Steven and we weren't natural singers on any little way to learn and scratch our way into like being tuneful, but she naturally has a good voice, so fun. She has good taste.
Okay, well, it's been fantastic talking to you, Jeff and Steve McDonald from Red Cross here at the Cherry Bar in ACDC Lane. It's been a bit noisy. There's been beers being delivered and sound checks kind of going on in the background. And if I could just say, fantastic to have you here now. Obviously, we're going to get the new record. It's going to be out on Shock. We'd love to see you back in Australia next year touring on Researching the Blues.
Oh,
Can you
it's
please
so
come?
much fun. Yes,
yeah,
we will.
that's terrific. Sure, yeah, make it happen. We'll be there.
Great talking to you guys. All the best. Cheers.
It's nice to meet you.
Cheers.